the EBR Main Library on Goodwood. It's 24 images of Louisiana inmates who served time for crimes they did not commit. News 2's Joe Collins talked to the display's creator and one of the men included in it.
They have allowed a conversation to happen in our community that I couldn't have even imagined. We have watched people stand here and cry.
24 men imprisoned for a combined 668 years, all for crimes they did not commit. Each one of them was exonerated by the Innocence Project, 23 of them by the Innocence Project New Orleans. The 24th was added recently. These hydrostone sculptures were created by a Baton Rouge artist.
The exhibit is really to bring awareness to what's happening and the injustices in Louisiana, and I'm sure all over the country.
She got the idea after the president of the Innocence Project board asked her to do a portrait of Jerome Morgan, one of the men featured in the exhibit. After attending an Innocence Project fundraiser, she decided on a broader project.
My husband and I went to the gala in New Orleans, and I decided I was going to sculpt all of the men. So I started that project and ultimately ended up doing 23.
These are copies, and the original busts went to the men. The men are from all across Louisiana, and one is even from Mississippi. I got to speak to one of the men that's from Baton Rouge. His name is Archie Williams. He was incarcerated when he was just 22 years old.
I was coming from a friend. I was going to my mother's apartment. I was staying with my mother, and the police just surrounded me, and they told me to get on the ground, and I was like, get on the ground for what? I didn't know what was going on.
Williams was convicted of attempted murder, aggravated rape, and aggravated battery. He would spend the next 36 years and 2 months in Angola. He wrote a letter to the Innocence Project in the 1990s. By 1999, the Innocence Project began requesting that the prosecution share more evidence, including other fingerprints lifted from the scene.
It took 20 years to get that testing.
In 2019, the 19th JDC commissioner ordered the prosecution to submit the fingerprints to a new FBI fingerprint database. That's where it proved Williams' innocence. And on March 21st, 2019, Williams was finally exonerated. Many have felt great sadness at his story, but Williams says not to feel sorry for him.
In my time in prison, I really had peace with God, and I looked to God for the answer, the solution, and I do believe and trust in God.
Joe Collins, WBRZ, News 2.